Hey there everyone, and welcome to Bill's Retro Gaming Show. On today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the GRS Ultimate Control Panel for iiRcade from Thunderstick Studios. Let's go! Alright, so to start off, I'm going to do a semi-unboxing of the GRS control panel. I say semi because I've already opened it up. I've already looked at a lot of the stuff, but I wanted to show you guys, kind of put everything back so I could show you guys what it all comes with. And first off, I want to show the manual that it comes with. Now, what's nice about this is it's got the install instructions for whether or not you've got an original iiRcade or the iiRcade Gold. I have the iiRcade Gold, so that's the one I'm going to focus on, but everything is pretty well laid out and easy to follow along with the instructions. I will say that there's a lot more steps involved in setting up the standard just because of the way that machine was laid out and the fact that there's no USB on that machine. The fact that the Gold has the PCB back behind the monitor and it already has USB ports makes this hopefully a slightly easier setup than the original, certainly less steps to it, but I will let you guys know that once I get a chance to do the setup. All right, so let's take a look at the control panel itself, and then I'll show you the bag of goodies that it comes with. So I'll get this out. Move the plastic down just to kind of keep everything as safe as possible here, so don't mind that. But here we go, you can see the control panel. All right, so just going over all the things that are on here. You've got the spinners here, you've got the trackball, which is really, really nice. All the different buttons are all set up. You've got the volcano buttons up here for different things. They're all really well labeled so you can see what's what. You've got your 4- and 8-way gate switcher here, which is nice. This is going to be for the future use of the Viper board, so you can switch between the iiRcade main PCB, the built-in, and the Viper board itself. Your on-off switch here. These little holes right here are where the joysticks are going to go. And you've got your choice between a ball top or bat top. I'll show that off in a second. Flipping it around, you can see how neat everything is all set up and really just ready to go, basically out of the gate. You got all the joysticks and the buttons. Everything is wired up. You've got your harness right here, which will plug in to the iiRcade. You got the control board here. USB is already set up, going to this little mini USB hub here so that you can have your extra ports. Whether you've got your standard iiRcade or your Gold, you're going to be able to utilize USB ports on here. And of course, the joysticks itself have the 4- and 8-way gate switchers built into them, which of course is really nice. This is that button right here for the 4- and 8-way, all wired up and ready to go. And of course, you've got your button here. This is where the Viper board will plug in, again, for future use. I actually was talking to Glenn just the other day about it. And it's going to be more obviously than just a Viper board. There's going to be some extra things that go with it that allow you to switch between the original iiRcade PCB and the Viper board, so it can control, sound and the monitor and all that kind of stuff will switch back and forth. So look for that in the future. I'm not going to get into that too much detail. Obviously, that's Glenn's thing. Let him announce that and how that's all going to work. But it's something I'm definitely looking forward to. I'm really excited to get my hands on the Viper board and check that out. And then of course you've got this little bag of goodies here that comes with all the other things that you need for setup. I haven't gotten too far into it, but I'm assuming that some of this stuff is probably more necessary for the standard than the Gold. But you can see, you know, for the joystick, you're going to have your choice between whether you use bat tops or ball tops, which is nice. So it gives people the option of which they prefer. I kind of like the bat tops, so I think I'm going to stick with that. My iiRcade Gold has the bat tops. I kind of like it, so I think that's where I'm going to wind up going with that. You've got a USB cable. You've got a power brick here. This is, I believe, for powering the USB hub that is built into the board. Another USB cable here. Again, not sure if this is necessary for the Gold or just the standard. And a little wrench and Allen key for hooking it, helping to hook everything up. And then, of course, you've got your little dust covers for the joystick when you set that up as well. But there you go. That is everything that comes with the GRS control panel for the iiRcade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here. I'm going to hook this bad boy up and we'll see how it works. And here we are, all set up with our GRS Ultimate Control Panel. I got to tell you that setting this up was actually pretty easy. It's just a matter of taking the old control panel off, unplugging the ribbon from the PCB on it, putting this one in, swapping out some USB cables, plugging the ribbon into the little mini controller board that comes with it, and then plugging the control panel into that controller board. Boom, all done. All in all, probably took me a little less than a half an hour to get the old one out, get this one in. Again, based on what I see in the instructions and what I've seen from other people, much quicker, much easier to do it on the Gold cab than the original cab. Not that it's all that hard on the original cab, but if you've got a Gold, the install for swapping this out should be super easy. And of course, all the USB work on it. The two that are included on the control panel itself that are right here, and the two underneath that the Gold actually comes with, are all working. So all in all, you've actually got 4 USB ports right up front that you have access to when you have the Gold. So that'll come in handy, I'm sure, for any add-ons that get done at a later date. For sure, you know, you can put the 2 Sinden light guns on it and anything else. But let's just go over the control panel real quick. I kind of went through it for the most part when I did the unboxing, but I gotta say, I love the volcano buttons up here. They just add a really nice aesthetic to the control panel, and being smaller and kind of out of the way is really nice. You've got the spinners here, which I don't know what games these will work with that the iiRcade came with, or that you could have gotten for the iiRcade at this point. But the trackball does work with a couple of things like Space Harrier. I know the trackball works with, but the big game changer for me when it comes to this is your 4- and 8-way gate switcher. Being able to switch for games like, say, Burger Time or Donut Dodo or something like that makes those games play like they were meant to be played in the arcade, as opposed to just being locked into the 8-way, which is what I have this set at right now, is the 8-way. By hitting that, now we're in 4-way mode. You can see the joystick only goes for, you know, up, down, left, right. It doesn't really go diagonal, which is what you want for those kind of games. But let's dive in and let's play a couple of games and show that off. All right, and there you have it. That is a look at the GRS Ultimate Control Panel for iiRcade from Thunderstick Studios. What you guys think? I gotta tell you, I'm really enjoying it. I love it in my iiRcade Gold. Not that there's anything wrong with the control panel that the iiRcade comes with. It works fantastic, but the added features to this one are just a great bonus. Tell you that for an 8-way gate switcher, definitely a game changer. You saw playing games like Burger Time, Donut Dodo, it just makes the games play the way they should have. No, Donut Dodo's not an arcade game, but it's so based on games like Donkey Kong and Burger Time and whatever, that having it play 4 ways like that instead of with an 8-way joystick just makes the game a little bit easier. Having the trackball for certain games, having the spinner for certain games, I was pleasantly surprised to see driving games like Cisco Heat use the spinner as the steering wheel. I thought that was pretty cool. I can see maybe some future add-ons where you've got a steering wheel that uses the spinner as a base, maybe even some USB pedals to make the game a little easier to play. Could, definitely work really well for that. I will tell you that I'm definitely looking forward to the Viper board and the add-ons that go with that to be able to add some other games to the system and be able to try those out as well. I know there are other ways to add games to the system. If you've got an arcade standard, there's the MIA board that you can use. Mystery Encoder has also worked on some ways to sort of mimic the iiRcade server. So if you've got a gold, you can basically trick it into thinking the iiRcade server is still out there and add games that way, add your own games through that system. Haven't really gotten into that too much yet, but if I do, maybe I'll put something out there on that as well. Now, I know people have brought up the fact that the trackball and the 4-8-way gate switcher button stays lit up when you turn the iiRcade off. And that has been explained that it is because the iiRcade, when you turn off the power, it doesn't actually power off the machine. It puts it more in a standby mode where things like USB are still actually getting power, which is why those stay lit. Now, personally, it doesn't bother me because my game room is in an area of my house where I'm only up there playing, up there really when I'm playing the games. So, I don't see it lit all the time. Doesn't really bother me, but if it bothers you, there are certainly things you can do. You can get a USB cable that has a power switch on it, put that in in the middle of your connections and turn that off and on manually. You can power the whole thing off with a Wi-Fi switch if you want, or plug it into a power strip and turn it on and off the power strip. Possibly even just turn on and off the Wi-Fi hub brick might do it as well. So there are certainly some options there, if that's what you guys want to do. Again, for me, it doesn't bother me, but I understand that it is something for other people, just something to keep in mind. Beyond that, though, again, I think it's a great control panel. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to utilizing more and more of it as time goes on. But there you go. Again, that is my look at the GRS Ultimate Control Panel in my iiRcade Gold. Again, leave me your thoughts, leave me your feedback, let me know what you think of it. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do not forget to leave me a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't had a chance to subscribe yet. And as always, I will see you guys on the next one. Have a great day.